Hello and welcome back to MindLaunch. Not so long ago I had a discussion with a friend on what I think is a very interesting topic as well as controversial nowadays. It's one of the most important topics of history, and I really like one quote from the game Assassin's Creed Brotherhood by the character Sean Hastings about history. History is the study of change. Change is life. When things become static, it means they're dead. So, what's this important part of history that continues to be an everyday part of our lives? War. The reason that I mentioned that quote is because while war is still just a lot of violence, it can be necessary for us to evolve. And there are quite a few examples that support this point. If not for the conquerings by Alexander the Great, then the Greek culture might not have expanded as much, and such things as democracy, philosophy, theater, and various other things might not have grown to be what defines Western civilization and science nowadays. If not for the Crusades, then we might still be living in a feudalistic society, since there were a lot of barons that sold their land so that they could travel to the Holy Land, as well as nobles that went without selling theirs, that died while traveling, so their lands were from then on owned by the king if there was no heir to take it. And finally, if not for World War I, then the war that took place between 1939 and 1945 would be called World War I, because calling it World War II without having the first one would be crazy. Okay, all joking aside, World War I also had a significant impact on the lives of people. For example, during it there was a revolution in Russia. However, the new leader decided to keep Russia in the war, which led to the second revolution, which led to a civil war, which actually led to the creation of international passports. So you could say that war is the beginning of change, which sometimes leads to good changes, sometimes not so much. With war comes the change of government, society, economy, and even art. During World War I, there were a lot of writers that we now call the lost generation that really changed the way that we look at war. For example, Ernest Hemingway's A Farewell to Arms shows that you were not responsible for your own life during that time, as opposed to the times when the strength of one person would determine if he would live or die. The change in technology changed war, so it also changed the view of the people on war. It wasn't always about the defense of your country, so much as the reasons why the people that ruled the country wanted the war to happen. It might have been some economic reason, or simply that they wanted to destroy their neighbors. Of course, there were some wars before World War I that we will not discuss today, that were not so helpful to society. So in the end, war is destructive, causes a lot of pain, and sometimes doesn't lead to anything good. However, from history we learn that war sometimes is a must for society to evolve. Even the simple concept like the fact that without evil we wouldn't be able to conceive what is good shows us that war is a must for society to evolve both culturally and intellectually. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to write your suggestion for the topic of the next video, as well as write your own opinion about today's topic. If you want to learn more about different wars and history in general, there's a link to a great channel on YouTube in the description bar below. Again, thanks for watching, big thanks to Mage for all the help with this channel, and until next time, MindLaunch out!